It's me. Happy snow day. Yes, it is snowing out. Yeah, and it's fun. Yes, much better than rain. Ugh. I know some of you guys do like rain. So here's the idea. Tonight is this homework. Do questions 36, 37, 38, and 39. In fact, probably judging from the lack of notes here, you probably may have even done this already. I'm putting in a later turn-in time though tonight. It doesn't need to be turned in until 9 o'clock. That's questions. That would be questions. Questions 21 through 39. So questions 21 through 39. So make sure you guys turn those in by 9 o'clock tonight. I'll sync it a couple times to make sure that it's there, and I'll start grading. Your thesis and your intro, remember, are due by Monday. So make sure you guys are working on that. That's from question 40. Once again, it is an argument, so you don't have to agree with it. If you don't, I've had a couple people ask. You don't have to agree with it if you disagree. You can take your own point of view. Just remember, you have to have evidence to support your point of view. So, without further ado, oh, and by the way, I almost forgot something. So on Monday's Zoom, hopefully all of you will be there on Monday's Zoom. We're gonna review for the test on Monday, and the test will be on Wednesday. There's gonna be more limited time to take the test as well, so we'll definitely have to be talking about that briefly then on Monday, but we're gonna kind of limit the time a little bit more so we can get people in and get people out. So people need to be Johnny on the spot. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the last set of notes. So as any war ends, there's always got to be a peace treaty, and so there was a peace treaty at a very famous location, Versailles in Paris. This beautiful hall is going to be where the peace treaty is done. Prior to the war's end, President Wilson will bring with him 14 ideas or 14 points that he really wants to focus on to try to create world peace, right? So his focus will be on one thing in particular. That is a League of Nations. This idea that all of us will gather together and we will treat any bully nation and we'll fight them and we'll stop any bully nation from trying to come and take over other nations. That was his dream about the League of Nations. Both the American and European public welcome his participation in the peace talks. Treaty agreements will be made. Germany and Austria will have to give up territory. When they give up territory, please notice the new countries that are created. One is Czechoslovakia, another one is Hungary, Yugoslavia, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland will all be created. The Rhineland, which is where all the German industry is, the Rhineland will be occupied by the League of Nations. Now, please note that there's a parenthesis next to that, and that is France. France is the one that's going to run this. Now, please understand, France is just not going to run this. They're going to be taking things from the German industry as well and benefit themselves. Germany must completely disarm. And here's the big one. This one should never have been done, but it's going to be done. Germany must take blame for the entire First World War. Nobody else is responsible. Everyone else was guiltless. It was just big, bad, old Germany that started this war. They don't even mention Serbia. They don't even mention the idea that Austria-Hungary attacked Serbia. No, it's the Germans. So the Germans, like a young kid that has just come back from being having had a poisonous gas attack, a guy by the name of Adolf Hitler will come back and say that this was unacceptable. Letter D. The Liga is supported by the Allies. Many in the United States, though, oppose it and are committed to any type of fighting future wars. Remember, guys, and I hope you remember before you leave my classroom, we once again have this idea of the Monroe Doctrine. Doctrine. Once again, that means that the United States says we aren't going to get involved in wars over in Europe. The Eastern Hemisphere, we don't care about, right? So the United States was not too happy when the president was trying to get us committed to this League of Nations that would be fighting maybe many wars in the future. So the League will be created, but without the United States. The one big exception to its creation is the United States won't be there. The Arab nations will help out the allies in the Middle East. And what they're doing is they're fighting Turkey. They're trying to fight Turkey. Turkey had been trying to gain control of the entire Middle East, and so that's why the Arab nations had fought with the Allies. Sadly for the Arabs, France and Britain will seize control and create nations that fail to account for large tribal minorities. For instance, those of you that know your recent history, Iraq. Iraq was going to be composed of about 4 different groups of people that had very little or no desire to be with each other. And that's going to be a real problem in the future when we find ourselves fighting a war in Iraq. We have one other interesting thing that happens just as this war is closing. The British have control of an area now called Palestine. So the British will call for a Jewish state in Palestine. You guys may know Palestine not from the Roman name, but you may know it from the name that we've all grown up to know, that this is Israel. So Britain will take away control from the Arab nations and put control of Israel under their control. And very soon we'll be talking, hopefully, about what's going to happen when Israel will get its own independence. All right? I hope you guys have gotten the rest of the notes, and I hope you guys all get in by 9 o'clock with these last questions. Remember, we're looking for questions 21 through 39. And once again, be ready with your thesis and intro no later than Monday. And certainly by 3 o'clock, if you guys have any quick questions, I'll try to Zoom us a little bit earlier. So if you want to jump in, you can jump in a little earlier. And definitely ask some questions as we get ready for this next test next Wednesday. All right, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys. Bye.